Welcome to our video on the top 10 most disruptive historical technological events that have changed the course of human history. These inventions have changed the way we communicate, travel, build, trade, work, and much more positive effects on our daily life. Throughout history, there have been many technological advancements that have changed the way people live, work, and interact with one another. Today, we'll be taking a look at the top 10 most disruptive technological events, their creators, year of introduction, impact, and how people's lives changed as a result. Number 10. Personal computer. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, 1976. The personal computer, co-invented by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in 1976, marked the beginning of the computer revolution and is one of the most disruptive technological events in history. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak co-founded Apple Inc., a company that played a pivotal role in popularizing personal computers. The Apple I, their first personal computer, was introduced in 1976, followed by the Apple II in 1977. The personal computer brought computing power into people's homes for the first time, enabling individuals to perform tasks like word processing, gaming, and programming without relying on large, centralized mainframe computers. Number 9. Mobile phone, Martin Cooper, 1973. The mobile phone was invented by Martin Cooper in 1973, which revolutionized the way people communicate and stay connected. He worked for Motorola, a telecommunications company at the time. The first practical mobile phone, the Motorola Dynatac 8000X, was introduced in 1983, 10 years after Martin Cooper's historic call. The mobile phone allowed people to make phone calls from anywhere, not just from home or work. It also allowed people to send text messages, access the internet, and use various apps. The mobile phone has changed the way people work and interact with one another, allowing for greater flexibility and productivity. The mobile phone industry rapidly expanded, creating jobs and contributing to economic growth. Companies like Motorola, Nokia, and later Apple and Samsung became major players in the telecommunications market. Number 8. Internet, Tim Berners-Lee, 1989. The Internet was invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989, which changed the way people communicate, share information, and do business. Tim Berners-Lee, a British computer scientist, is credited with inventing the World Wide Web, WWW, and the protocols that underpin the Internet as we know it today. The first website was launched in 1991, and the World Wide Web Consortium, W3C, was founded in 1994 to oversee its development. The Internet has become an indispensable tool for research, education, and distance learning. It provides access to vast libraries, online courses, and educational resources. The Internet allowed people to connect with each other from all around the world, which helped to break down cultural barriers and bring people closer together. The Internet has also revolutionized the way people do business, with the rise of e-commerce and other forms of online business. Number 7. Computer, Charles Babbage, 1822. Charles Babbage is credited with inventing the first computer in 1822, which changed the way people processed and analyzed data. Charles Babbage was an English mathematician, philosopher, inventor, and mechanical engineer. He is often referred to as the father of the computer due to his groundbreaking work on the analytical engine. The analytical engine was a theoretical mechanical computer designed to perform general-purpose calculations. It was envisioned as a steam-powered machine that used punched cards for input and output. Babbage's analytical engine introduced the concept of a programmable computer, where a machine could be instructed to perform a wide range of calculations by changing the instructions, programs, stored on punched cards. The computer allowed people to perform complex calculations and process large amounts of data quickly and efficiently. This invention paved the way for modern computing, which has had a profound impact on everything from business to medicine. Number 6. Television, John Logie Baird, 1925. John Logie Baird invented the television in 1925, which changed the way people received information and entertainment. John Logie Baird was a Scottish engineer and inventor. He is credited with creating one of the earliest working television systems. John Logie Baird's initial successful demonstration of television occurred in 1925 when he transmitted moving images over a short distance. Baird's television system used a mechanical scanning mechanism to capture and transmit images. It employed a rotating disc with holes, the Nipkow disc, to scan the subject, converting the visual information into electrical signals. These electrical signals were then transmitted to a receiver, where they were used to reproduce the images on a screen. The early television sets were mechanical, using a spinning disc to display the images. The television allowed people to see news and events as they happened, which had a profound impact on the way people saw the world. The television also paved the way for other forms of visual media, such as movies and the internet. Number 5. Radio, Guglielmo Marconi, 1895. Guglielmo Marconi invented the radio in 1895, which revolutionized the way people received information and entertainment. Guglielmo Marconi was an Italian inventor and electrical engineer. He is credited with pioneering the development of practical wireless telegraphy, which laid the foundation for radio communication. Marconi's initial successful experiments with wireless telegraphy took place in the mid-1890s. In 1895, he sent his first radio signal over a distance of approximately 1.5 miles, 2.4 kilometers in Italy. He developed a practical system for generating and detecting radio waves, using antennas and coherers, devices that detected incoming radio signals, to send and receive messages. Marconi's early experiments primarily focused on telegraphy, allowing for the transmission of Morse code messages over long distances without the need for physical wires. The radio allowed people to listen to news and music from around the world, which helped to break down cultural barriers and bring people closer together. Number 4. Telephone, Alexander Graham Bell, 1876. The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876. Alexander Graham Bell was a Scottish-born inventor, scientist, and teacher. He is widely recognized as the primary inventor of the telephone. The telephone is a device that converts sound vibrations, speech, into electrical signals, and then reconverts those signals into sound at the receiving end. Bell's telephone design consisted of a transmitter, microphone, that converted sound waves into electrical signals, and a receiver, earpiece, that converted those signals back into sound. The key innovation in Bell's telephone was the use of a diaphragm, a thin, flexible membrane, in the transmitter, which vibrated in response to sound waves and varied the electrical resistance, creating a corresponding electrical signal. The telephone allowed people to communicate with each other over long distances, which changed the way people communicated and did business. The telephone paved the way for other forms of long-distance communication, such as email and video conferencing. Today, telecommunications have expanded beyond voice calls to include data transmission, internet connectivity, and mobile applications, all built upon the principles and technologies first established by Alexander Graham Bell. Number 3. Electricity, Benjamin Franklin, 1752. Benjamin Franklin was an American polymath, statesman, inventor, and scientist. He is widely regarded as one of the founding fathers of the United States. Electricity is one of the most important inventions in human history. Benjamin Franklin's kite experiment in 1752 was a groundbreaking scientific endeavor that sought to prove the electrical nature of lightning. The experiment involved flying a kite during a thunderstorm. The kite was made of silk with a metal key attached to the string. A metal wire extended from the key into a Leyden jar, an early type of capacitor used to store electrical charge. Franklin flew the kite during a thunderstorm and observed that the metal key attached to the string began to emit sparks when it came into contact with the charged atmosphere. This provided evidence that lightning was a form of electricity, and it allowed Franklin to understand the connection between electricity in the atmosphere and the possibility of harnessing it for various applications. This discovery led to the development of the electric motor, which is used in everything from fans to cars. Franklin's work on electricity laid the foundation for the development of practical applications, including the creation of batteries, capacitors, and electrical circuits. The discovery of electricity also led to the development of light bulbs, which revolutionized the way people lit their homes and workplaces. Number 2. Steam engine, James Watt, 1765. James Watt was a Scottish engineer and inventor. In 1765, James Watt invented the steam engine, which revolutionized transportation and manufacturing. His improvements to the steam engine earned him recognition as one of the most influential figures of the Industrial Revolution. The steam engine was used to power trains, ships, and factories, which allowed for the mass production of goods and the growth of industries. The steam engine, as developed by James Watt, was based on the principles of converting steam pressure into mechanical work. Watt's key innovation was the separate condenser, a device that allowed the steam to be condensed separately from the cylinder, significantly improving the engine's efficiency. His design also included a rotary motion mechanism that could drive machinery, making it adaptable for various industrial applications. Watt's steam engine used a double-acting piston, which provided power during both the upward and downward strokes, increasing its overall efficiency. This invention paved the way for the Industrial Revolution, which changed the way people lived and worked. While steam engines have largely been replaced by internal combustion engines and electric motors in many applications, their legacy continues in the form of steam turbines used in power plants and certain industrial processes. Number 1. The printing press, Johannes Gutenberg, 1440. Johannes Gutenberg was a German blacksmith, goldsmith, printer, and inventor. Gutenberg's printing press incorporated several innovative features. The key innovation was the use of movable metal type. Each individual character, letters, numbers, and symbols, was cast on a piece of metal and could be arranged and rearranged to compose text. The press itself consisted of a screw mechanism that applied even pressure to transfer ink from the type onto paper. It utilized oil-based ink, which was more durable than the previously used water-based inks. Gutenberg also developed a special type of paper that was suitable for printing. The printing press is one of the most important inventions in human history. The printing press allowed for the mass production of books, which made knowledge accessible to more people. This led to an increase in literacy rates, the spread of new ideas and knowledge, and the rise of modern science. Johannes Gutenberg's printing press revolutionized the way information was produced and shared, leading to a cascade of changes in education, culture, religion, and society. It remains one of the most significant technological innovations in human history. In conclusion, these 10 technological events have had a profound impact on human history, changing the way people live, work, and interact with one another. From the printing press to personal computer, each invention has paved the way for further technological advancements and has shaped the world we live in today. These inventions have also had a significant impact on the economy, with many new industries and jobs being created as a result. As we continue to innovate and create new technologies, we can only imagine what the future will hold. Thank you for watching, and we are looking forward to see you in another episode of Top 10 Detective soon.